Star Wars: The Last Jedi is the best movie since Empire Strikes Back. It has divided the whole Star Wars community, but I'm one of the ones who applaud the movie for being different and doing what Empire did back in the day, changing up things. Remember in Empire, in the first Star Wars movie, A New Hope, never see them use the Force to move objects. You only see that in Empire. They introduced that in Empire when Luke gets taken by the white alien thing on Hoth. There's a lot of people talking about how they don't like Luke being depressed and how they don't like Canto-Bite with Finn and Rose, that whole Sally story. But I would argue it's a great movie that nods to the original films with the Kylo Ren, Rey, Luke storyline, and with the Finn and Rose storyline, it's a nod to the prequels. There were George Lucas always said that Star Wars was for children or kids, and there's I think that children finds the Canto-Bite place a bit more fun than we grown-ups do, and I respect that. So let's talk about let's talk about the Finn and Rose storyline. People complain about Rose. Ryan Johnson said he wrote her as a avatar for us nerds, for us fans. You can see she's flabbergasted and becomes a fangirl immediately when she sees Finn. And Finn also has the arc of going from a self-centered person who only cares about his friends to becoming a soldier in a rebellion. They are when you go to Canto-Bite and you have all this fun weird aliens, which I think is awesome. You have the Rose character talking about that being good isn't just having one goal and going for that. Being good is being good all the time, and that's where you find these horse things, these things that they release from captivity. And they have all this, the side adventure with the fuckers, the horse things, which I get a sort of a Spielbergian feeling, and I'm pretty sure kids enjoy that. And her thing is that she's talking, as I said, for her it's being good. Being good is being good whenever you can. Like Cameron Poe Dameron has an arc where he must become a leader, where he can't just think about what's right in front of him. It's a different arc. He has to think more strategic and become the leader that he needs to be. And that's the whole thing with the lady with the pink hair. He has to respect leadership and then he can respect himself as a leader. And then you have the whole Princess Leia thing. She's not a princess anymore, she's a general, where she is blown out of this ship, and people complain that she survives being in space, but it's Star Wars. It's not science fiction. It's an adventure. It's Lord of the Rings in space, and who knows how the Force works. As I said, in Empire, for the first time we see Luke moving objects. It's messy. Moving objects with the Force. That's the first time we see that. And well, it's the first time we see someone surviving in space. And people laugh about her flowing back into the starship. I see that as wizard things. She's, you know, it's more, again, it's more fantasy. It's not it's not, things doesn't have to be realistic. It's Star Wars. And you have the opening which is great. And people also complain about the bomb things, the bombard ships that comes, and which the rebellion has, and that they crash into each other and they destroy each other and they are stupid and blah blah blah. Who cares, man? It's well, the whole thing about that epic fight, the whole thing about that war, is that they fucked up. They took down this big ship from the First Order. Yeah, that's good, but they fucked up. They shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't. And there were a lot more casualties than it should have been. That's the whole premise. And also, I want to say that you have Rose's sister, her death, her sacrifice. That's a great way. And then when they show her necklace thing, which is the half of her sister later, that whole thing. It's a great way to give Rose motivation later on and give Rose some sort of character, and it's just shown visually. And talking about visuals, the Snoke thing when he has this golden crap, people complain about. I remember people complain about he isn't wearing a black robe. It's like. You want the Emperor again? Want Palpatine again? You had that. They gave you that in the Rise of Skywalker, and see how well that movie turned out. And the guards he has around him, the red guards. If I had a question to ask Ryan Johnson, it would be: is that a reference to Kurosawa? Akira Kurosawa? Is that his name? I think it is. To the what's the Hamlet film he did, the colored, I don't remember, but there's a lot of color there that kind of reminds me of that movie. And George Lucas said a million times before that he's inspired by Kurosawa. And yeah, so you have those visuals, which is great. The cinematography in general is great. It feels you have wonderful textures and compositions, frame composition. Where I can understand people's problems is for me the Poe Dameron story arc. I personally don't have a problem with it, but I can understand people having a problem with it. You can say that it's kind of, it would be funnier or more fun to see him on an adventure rather than just being in that ship all the time, and him acting the way he's acting and not trusting the lady with the pink hair. But yeah, again, what I like about that movie is it's about character. It's always about character, where they're starting compared to where they end up. Ryan Johnson is thinking character. He's thinking character motivations and how you can do it dramatically and visually many times. Well, let's talk about visuals. Like the idea that, well, Ryan Johnson understands that Adam Driver is a great actor and you don't hide his face. Like in Spider-Man, when they hide Willem Dafoe's face behind the mask, and you see in the last Spider-Man movie, No Way Home, how great he is when he doesn't have that mask. It's the same thing with this movie. Ryan Johnson destroys the mask right in the beginning, and he doesn't wear it throughout the movie. And he's a great actor, and you see how great he is. And in The Rise of Skywalker, again, J.J. Abrams, the first thing he does, Kylo Ren, is fix the mask and put on the mask, where the character arc goes in the fucking toilet. And all of this brings me to the Rey, Kylo Ren, Luke Skywalker story arc. Let's talk about Luke and how his arc is fantastic. He begins as a legend, a hero, but he is obviously not anymore, or he doesn't feel like he is. And he says to Rey, what do you want me to do, stand against the First Order by myself, something like that, which he does in the end. And when you see the kids at the end, they play with these toys they've made. And they play with Luke Skywalker and the First Order, those fucking machines with the legs. I don't know, AT, whatever. And the thing that he's a literal Force ghost at the end, that the First Order just shoots at him and he doesn't flinch, he just does this. For the ones who sees that, for the rebellion, what's left of them, their resistance, they see something else, like how could he have done that? He becomes a symbol. He becomes an idea, something that kids in a completely different planet are aware of with the toys. And Luke transcends into literal. He transcends into something that's not physical anymore. Literally, and he becomes this idea. He transcends from a hero or a legend into something more, something that inspires the whole universe to fight. Of course, Rise of Skywalker fucks that up completely. You can see that at the end in The Last Jedi. These kids in Canterbury, how do they know about that? Well, people have talked about it. It has spread. The what Luke did that day has spread all over the universe. And no one is talking about that in Rise of Skywalker. So you have also Rey with Kylo Ren. That dynamic is great. When you actually, Kylo Ren and her fight the guards, and after he kills Snoke, he says, "Join me, join blah 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 blah," and you actually believe Rey could join him. That she are thinking about it at least. And when you build a story and where you actually believe that the good guy, good girl, good woman, whatever, could go to the other side, that's good storytelling. And the whole thing that I love red letter media, but I totally disagree with the idea that The Last Jedi, you can't go any further with the story, that it ends there. But I don't think, like Snoke dying, I think, what if Snoke was a part of some sort of, there's 9 or something like that of those aliens left, what he is, and lived like for millions of years or something, and then he dies. He went off and did his own thing. It's an old order of force sensitive aliens, and when they heard of his death, they decide to take revenge or something, or maybe what is his I'll call him Hitler. When Hitler, at the beginning of revenge for revenge for Snoke, something like that. In the beginning, the First Order, like the Empire, doesn't like aliens, but in The Last Jedi, the whole ship that the pink lady with the pink hair destroys, there's a lot of people from the First Order who gets killed. So Hitler has to go to this planet with the Snoke creatures, like say it's 9 of them, or now 8, and this order of force sensitive, large, menacing aliens, and there's like 8 like orcs there, like something like from Lord of the Rings, some aliens that look like orcs, or those alien bugs in Attack of the Clones. And Hitler needs more soldiers, so he has to go to and recruit alien soldiers, and then First Order, the stormtroopers and these orcs or whatever, has to work together, and there's a rift, but he is desperate, and this order of Snoke alien things, Snoke was the rebellion of them, right, of these 9, and now there are 8 because Snoke is dead, but they have to avenge him because no one has killed one of them before, or whatever, right? And people are talking about Luke and how he sacrificed and how he stood against the First Order, and it spreads around. And Poe Dameron is a leader now, and it's one of the first things that should happen in Rise of Skywalker, or Revenge for Snoke, is Princess General Leia's funeral. And it's just natural that Poe Dameron takes over her role and becomes the general. That's his arc. I kind of sort of agree with people when Finn is sacrificing himself at the end and Rose is, helping, saving him. I kind of sort of agree because they do nothing with Finn later on. But it fits the Rose thing. It fits the Rose thing that she trying to tell Finn that it's about what you do all the time. You have to be good all the time. You have to save people. Almost exactly the opposite of what Poe Dameron has to learn and learns at the end. What else is there? I think, as I said, it has that tone of Empire with the whole Rey and Kylo Ren thing and Luke. Also, it has the prequel sort of thing with Finn and Rose. And I think Last Jedi is great. It's great. That's all I have to say about that, people.